Hey guys, you asked for it, so I got it. Today we're going to be talking about this 3-liter Obscura Sling by Savior Equipment. Now, this video is not going to really be a review as much as it's more an unboxing, as in I'm still currently reviewing the 5-liter. When I did this first video, a lot of you guys wanted to see this size, and I went ahead and ordered that for you guys. So let's talk about it. There's going to be a lot of things that are similar between the two. Mainly the only difference is the size. Now, I'm going to start off by saying the size of this looks exactly like what I was hoping for, but unfortunately, the way it's set up inside, it's actually a little bit too small for myself, and I think for most people. So if you saw the thumbnail, this is not clickbait. This is going to be my honest thoughts on this bag and what I think about it. So full disclosure, both these bags I did purchase myself. I did not have either one of these sent to me from Savior Equipment. So I want you to know there's no affiliation with that brand. I know in my previous video, I had quite a few people make strange comments saying that they thought I was doing some sort of a commercial. And no, everything I review on this channel, with the exception of a handful of things, I bought myself. And anytime something is sent to me, I will always disclose that in the beginning. So I want you guys to know this is a completely honest, raw video of my own thoughts on this bag as a true consumer and as someone who potentially will be using these in real world situations. This bag here, I've already used a couple times. I have some range time with it and have taken it out quite a few times. So this one, we'll get that next, depending on what I decide to carry in this, because that is going to be my biggest concern with this bag. So this is the 5-liter, this is the 3-liter. As we go through this video, I think you're going to learn that I think the Goldilocks size would probably be a 4-liter. Now, the 5-liter, which is nicely standing up for me and is probably going to fall over at any moment, is fully kitted out. It's got all my stuff in there. I think with the exception of 2 extra mags, and the gun is not loaded right now, because obviously this is YouTube and everything we do on YouTube has to be completely safe. So all the guns in this video are empty, clear, and safe. Let's get that out of the way. So this bag here has a MSP holster in it, my PDP full size, a tourniquet, a flashlight, a knife, and maybe 1 or 2 other things in there. But anyway, you can kind of see that's puffed out. This one here, since I literally just got this bag and you guys were really in demand for me to do a video, I literally only have a firearm. That's why this is still kind of sitting compressed. It's not really puffed out. And it obviously could be utilized much, much more. But for the sake of this video, my main goal is to go over the size comparisons and just basically what they come with. So as you see, has handles on both sides here. This here is a clip that can be used to enhance the draw to access the CCW portion of the bag. We'll start front to back. It does have a nice compartment up here. It's rather small, but I think this compartment in the front has a little lanyard. This is where I think if you're gonna throw like your wallet and keys or like real small stuff, it kind of works out really well for that. It does have a little Velcro square right here if you want to throw some sort of a patch. Going to the middle of the bag, this is got pouches, 2 big pouches on either side. And then in front of those pouches, on the side that extends furthest out, has 2 kind of mesh lining smaller pouches. If you wanted to throw extra mags in there. On this side, again, you have a bigger pouch, and then 2 kind of Velcro, I guess they were more elastic than Velcro, little slots where you could, throw a flashlight, retain it in there. Maybe, I think I have my knife and flashlight in the other bag. But it really works out as well as far as organizing what you want. I like that the flap has these little wings here that keep this from falling completely open, because the last thing you want is to be in here and have all your content spill out. And last but not least, we will go into the firearm portion. As you can see, that opened very nicely. There are 3 ways that you can open this that we'll go over in a little bit. In here, it does have this, I don't know what you want to call this, kind of bracket here that is adjustable to fit your holster. It nicely grabs on as if it was a belt. In here, I do have my wife's P365X. You will see this is super, super tiny, a little bit too small for me. And it also comes with this little spacer that is Velcro. Let me yank that out real quick. So that's pretty cool that they added that, because that you can place that anywhere you want and it pushes out, so it gives you nice purchase on the firearm. Otherwise it would sit really tucked in there. So the way I'm wearing this, I kind of keep it higher, closer to the chest, so it gives me getting my big paws in there to grab it. And yeah. So let's talk about how these open. I will say this one bag, it's not on my other bag. There's like a spot right there. Seems to get caught on. There's nothing in there. So I'm hoping that's just because it's new and has to get broken in, but time will tell. What's cool about this bag, I should say both of these bags really, is the way they design it is you have 3 ways to access it. What you saw me just do, and again, I'll show you, that's the quickest access, right? Basically, you just grab that big old handle, you tug, and it opens. Now, if you don't want it to be so easy to get into, you take that little clip off, and let me get these all the way back up. And now that handle is just a handle, which I personally kind of like that better, because I don't know, I don't really need to have that super quick access by grabbing that, where I can just teach myself to grab this handle. The level 2 access would be grabbing just that tab and you pull over. Again, it's brand new bag, guys. So I noticed with my other bag, the more I used it, the more it kind of broke in and made the access a little bit easier. So again, level 2 is just this little tab up here. Just grab that, yank, pull away, boom, you're ready to go. And again, I know someone's gonna say something because I pointed that at the camera, but it is empty, guys. It is safe. So let's not have any weird comments. And then the very last way is, if you don't wanna have super quick access, what you can do, there's a little tab here. You can disconnect that Velcro, zipper this guy all the way up. Now that's not gonna pull it at all. And then you just grab your 2 tabs, boom, getting stuck on that one spot again, and access. Honestly, what I've learned to do, and this is mainly because with my 5 liter, I carry my PDP Pro in there, and that has a mag well, and that kind of gets caught on that zipper. No fault of the bag itself, definitely just not a gun that really can fit in there. It fits in there, but doesn't fit in there well. It kind of impedes on that zipper. I've noticed withdrawing, I've learned to just hit that zipper down, or I just grab both tabs and then go. So honestly, it comes down to what you train with, right? If you're gonna get consistent reps in, especially if you dry fire, and you're gonna keep doing that motion, any one of those 3 is gonna work out well for you. It's just about consistency, guys. It's about what you prefer and how you train with it. Now, I'm gonna give you a little bit of teaser. In using this bag, and obviously it will apply to this, I have a few real world concerns that I'm gonna touch on a later review. I'm gonna see if I can kind of troubleshoot around them. But as of right now, this bag is kinda, on paper, I love what these bags are for. I love the fact that a company said, hey, the main concern with off-body carry is that you have a slower reaction to get to your firearm. How can we fix that? I love that a company took the time to troubleshoot that. What I don't love, and this could just be me, you know, I'm 6 foot tall, 230 pounds, carrying a bag, like this is kind of compact. Carrying a bigger bag like that on my front, like you'll see, like that's not the most comfortable right there. walking around all day like this, I almost feel like I'm a pregnant woman having the giant thing in front of me. You know, it's just, I get it. I get the whole function is to do that. So my goal, I'm going to kind of play around with, do I hold the bag to the side? Where can I put it comfortably where I can use this bag and not feel like I'm just having this giant protruding mass in front of me? Because for me personally, I'm so used to carrying on my back that as of right now, it's just something I need to troubleshoot. Because again, I like the price of these bags. I like the way these bags function. I love the thought behind them. But to me, that's just one thing that I'm going to really have to, you know, get some time behind these and figure out what works for me best, because I don't know about you guys. I don't like really carrying in the front. So sorry, back to the little guy here, because we're talking about the 3-liter today. So let's address the elephant in the room that I think it's going to affect a lot of you guys. Like what I really loved about this 5-liter, if I can get this thing to stand up all nice again. I like the 5-liter that you can basically fit, you know, a full-size gun and then something else in it. You can really, any gun that most people would have would fit in there, because you can go from the biggest and down. Now, I could see some larger 2011s with like the really crazy magwells having a major issue in there. If you have, what else? I can't really think of what else could really be too big. We're not gonna play with that right now. I can't really think of what else would be too big, but I like the size of that bag because it gives you options, right? You can kind of go from the largest and then smaller. Like I've had my CZ Shadow 2 in here. I've had my 226. I've had my Glock 19. Like it fits all those things in here. That's really nice. This guy, being the 3-liter, it doesn't fit a lot. So as you can see, what I have in here, guys, again, my wife's Sig Sauer P365X. Man, that zipper is really a pain in the ass. This gun's tiny, guys. This gun is super, super tiny. So you're talking a subcompact. I tried to fit my X Macro in here, which is basically this, slightly taller, and couldn't fit that. Tried to squeeze my Glock 19 in here that doesn't even have an optic on it. I mean, could I force it in there? I couldn't get it in there in a holster set up like this, but I could fit it in there. Couldn't function that way, but really, this bag is limited. I mean, you're talking subcompacts and smaller. So like stuff that would be so small that I don't even know why you'd carry it off body. It would be so small you could carry it in, like, this fits in a freaking cargo pocket. Like, I guess depending on your outfit, you might want to carry off body, but like this bag, that's really the number one limitation I'm seeing as of right now is it's just too small. I mean, I don't even own a gun. This is my wife's gun. I don't even have a gun that small. So I really wanted to stress that point because I think a lot of people are going to buy this, especially thinking this is so large that this would be the perfect size. Because when I first purchased this, I thought, wow, man, my Glock 19 has so much room in here. My 226 has so much room in here. Let me get the smaller one. It'll be nicer, compact. And then I realized, wow, I can't fit any of that in here. So I wanted to get this out to you guys because I don't want you guys getting the wrong size and then being disappointed and having to go through a return process, which I will give Savior props on. I believe they have a unconditional sort of return. Like you have any sort of issues at all, you can go ahead and return it. No questions asked, I believe. I think they commented something like that on my last video. So check that before you purchase. But I think that's pretty cool. So I like the size of this on paper. Carry-wise, I like the feel. It's nice and small, light. For me, though, I just don't have a firearm that really works for this. This is, again, my wife's firearm in here. So I'd hate to see you guys get this thinking it's going to fit something bigger because, unfortunately, like I said, Glock 19 size is probably the most common size for carry for most people. And you're not getting it in here, at least not properly holstered. And if you have a light or an optic, it's definitely not fitting in here. Like, I mean, I forced that thing shut and that thing doesn't even have an optic on it. But that is my biggest gripe, guys. So I just wanted to make sure I got with you as soon as I learned that, so you guys can make an educated decision on what route you want to go. Again, I do have a future review. I guess it will kind of be of both, really, because they both function the same way. But for me, I'm going to be carrying the 5 liter way more often because it fits the guns I have. So far, I haven't really had any hiccups. I kind of learned to get around that whole thing with the zipper. I don't think it was a deal breaker, and I'm still learning, you know, which way I want to carry it. So do me a favor, guys. If you appreciate 2A content, go ahead and like this video. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. And if you guys have any sort of questions or comments in relation to these bags or the guns I carry or anything else that I feature on the channel, drop it in the comments below. I always get back to you guys as soon as I see it. I really appreciate all the feedback, especially the positive feedback. It really makes my day. Now, you guys see, still a newer channel, not making really anything off YouTube, buying all my own stuff to review for you guys. So any positivity goes a long way, makes it really worthwhile for me. So I just want to say thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And that's all I got. Stick around for the next one. I got a lot of good stuff coming up. Peace.